The first person that made me feel that I was okay was Shah Rukh Khan. My body language was made fun of. I had to say the biggest thing about my personality and sexuality. I spoke to him first. I didn't feel like the movie industry was something that I would ever be a part of. Yeah. Well, hello.
Was there someone around you, whether it was a man or a woman or any other gender, that made you feel a little bit more comfortable in who you are or your body?
I think the first person that made me feel that I was okay was Shah Rukh Khan.
Oh, wow.
He was born and brought up in a very progressive environment. He'd come from theatre. He had worked with all kinds of people. And I think my parents perhaps weren't being able to understand things. And I felt like the feminine side that I had that was coming out so strongly was only met with laughter or with, being made fun of. And then when I grew a little older, people got a little more quiet about that. But I could tell that there was a chitter-chatter around, about maybe the way I walked or spoke or things. Which I remember Shah Rukh Khan was the first kind of like man that didn't make me feel lesser for some reason. He made me feel like an equal, not just as in person, but even I feel like he accepted what in those days were considered like being a pansy or being effeminate or walking funny, and like he was just so cool about it, about everything. And he used to have a lot of open chats with me. And I felt like even when I had to say the biggest thing about my personality and sexuality, I spoke to him first because I felt like he would be that one influence he was that one sense of support that even he hasn't realized that he has been to me. My feminine side has also lent itself to me being a feminist. I'm a proud feminist. Yeah. I'm all about the women. And in fact, while men may mean many other things to me in this world, but I'm not blind to their, not flaws, but I think their defects that society has given them. Ironically, I blame just the upbringing, because I feel you've got to train your male child the way you would train your female child. Today, what you call gay or homo is said in a derogatory tone. It was called pansy in those days. And it was a word that, literally had really pushed me into a shell, because every time I went out, anytime I attempted to be on the field, maybe try and play football or basketball or cricket, not that I was physically adept for it anyways, but also my body language was made fun of. So therefore I had gone into a shell, become so introverted that I didn't feel like the movie industry was something that I would ever be a part of. Yeah. It was only when I met Adi again, we were childhood friends. He told me that you've got to stop doing everything else. And I was on my way to France to do 1 year more of French. Adi stopped me 2 weeks before, and my father had paid up about 7 lakhs of rupees, which was a lot of money in 1993. Yeah. And I said, I think you're mad. But he said, think about it. This is your calling. You've also helped me in the writing process of Dilwale Dulhania. You feel so attached to it. Yeah. Next morning, much like the scene that Kajal has in Dilwale with Amrish Puri, where she says, "Mujhe apni zindagi ka ek mahina de dijiye." I had that same scene, which is where I think Adi got that scene from, where I asked my father कि आप मुझे मेरी जिंदगी का 1 साल दे दीजिए, मैं असिस्ट कर लूंगा, और अगर मुझे लगा कि ये मेरे लिए नहीं है, तो आप जो चाहे, वो आप जो कहें, मैं वही करूंगा. And I went on to the sets of Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge, not knowing where my journey was going to lead.